balance in your life? Are you feeling unstable? Is your other half really weighing you down? Well, look no further, because Blue Moose Balance Company is the correct company for you. We've been providing for the past 2 weeks.
Hello, my name is Dr. Professor, and I'm here to speak on behalf of the Blue Moon Balance Company. Our business has been bringing balance and equality for over 2 weeks, and we are steadfast in the support of our product.
Here we specialize in dealing with people's balance at its root, at the molecular level. And here we have John. And after looking at his chemical equation, we concluded that nothing was balanced after our intense yoga sessions. First, we had to fix his coefficients. A coefficient is a number to the left of an element or compound. It is used to identify the number of said elements and or compounds.
Now, if we added a coefficient of 4 to the O2, we would have 8 atoms of oxygen.
But wait, you added a 4. How did you get 8? Shouldn't it be 4?
John, now do you see why you don't have balance in your life? You forgot to take into account of the subscript.
The subscript shows us how many atoms of an element or compound there is in one part of the equation. So we multiply these two numbers to get the number of oxygen on one side of the equation.
So if hydrogen had a coefficient of 8, wouldn't there be 16 hydrogen atoms?
Correct. Now, since we've completed one side, let's take a look at the flip side.
Here we have the resulting product, the compound H2O. Each completed compound of H2O uses 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So, if we have 16 hydrogen atoms and 8 oxygen atoms, how many molecules of H2O can we make?
Eight?
Correct. With this information, we were able to balance the skin of John here. But what if we had to go deeper? What if there was a bigger problem at hand? For that, I'll introduce a new revolution developed by Moon's company, the swap and drop method. What's that?
Alrighty, so the swap and drop method is the process in which ionic compounds signs are written. In order to swap and drop, first you must drop the charges, which you can get from the group of elements in the periodic table. Next, you must swap the values. After that, you need to drop the signs to the subscripts. Finally, if both sides are 1, it can be erased.
That makes some sense, but what about the metals?
Question. Metals are accompanied by a Roman numeral. Whatever this number is the electron charge.
So you swap what the Roman numeral is with the exponent of the other element.
That is correct. Now that we've covered everything, let's recap.
The swap and drop method is where you get the charges of each item in an equation, and you swap them, and then you bring them down to the bottom part of the equation. The coefficient is how many atoms there are as a whole, whereas the subscript is how many of the substances in an atom. So you multiply the subscript by the coefficient to get how many total there is something there is.
Coefficients are how many of the full atoms or compounds there are as a whole, whereas the subscripts are how much of that element is in there.
And what needs to be equal on both sides?
Obviously, the atoms. 10 have to be on one side, so 10 have to be on the other side, else it won't be balanced. Hey, did we cover how to write an ionic compound? It's pretty easy to understand polyatomic ions. To make an ionic compound, you have to combine a positive and a negative together. For example, sodium, which is Na+, positive, and chlorine, which is negative, make sodium chloride. If they are charged a certain amount, swap and drop method comes in, and you do that method. So all in all, how do we actually write the balanced equation?
First, you write the equations in the subscripts. Then you just plug in the coefficients that balance out the equation on both sides.
Now let me see if I can balance out my life with these new life hacks.